Good morning. So today is Friday, one of our harvest mornings, and I'm going to walk you around the farm. We're going to find out where everybody is, what they're collecting and washing or rinsing and doing to bring in this morning's beautiful harvest. So hang in. Alright, so here we are. Terry and Peggy they've already collected this beautiful lettuce. It looks like a romaine mix. And we've got the rinsing. Can you tell us about this?
This is our washing station, and we double or triple wash our lettuce, and we try to do that first thing in the morning because we want to give it a lot of time to dry out before we package it and send it on to the Monroe Park Food Co-op. So we're washing and shaking out the water as best we can, and then sitting them in the shady breeze to dry for the next possibly couple hours while we harvest everything else.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Everyone, this morning we're going to be harvesting broccoli. So we got a nice piece right here. Usually what I like to do is I just have a sharp knife, any kind, and then you'll have these last set of leaves on here. And with broccoli it's possible to get 2 harvests off of it if you cut it right. So what you want to do is harvest as far above those leaves as possible while still retaining that full head that we like to see. So we just cut right through it. Cut a few leaves off, but that's okay. And then we have our full broccoli head.
Nice. How about cauliflower?
Yeah, we could do cauliflower. Put your knife away before you walk. Blue.
Out there? Oh.
Yeah.
There, over there.
This one's clean. And pretty much the same thing, you gotta peel away a few more leaves. And then find the stalk in there. And again, exactly the same thing as with the broccoli, you might be able to get 2 harvests if you're careful. So we try and be gentle.
Beautiful.
And there it comes.
Thanks, Richie.
You're welcome.
All right, let's sneak up on John next. Looks like he is picking snap peas, sweet peas, pea pods of all types. John, can you tell us something about this? Show us what you've got. Nice, beautiful.
Peas in their pods. They're nice, sweet, crisp, delicious. This is, I guess the key to this is it's better to use both hands, so today I put a bucket on.
So clever.
And I like to pick off these little tops because they're tough to eat and tough to cut off, and usually when you cut them off you lose a little bit of the pea. So I try to help our eaters out. But yeah, so these are peas. They're the seed of the plant, and if when they come out of the flower here, they're tiny, and then they grow.
Show us again. Where's
the pods
flower?
grow, and then the peas grow, and then eventually the pods brown and the peas harden and
so we get them
plants new plants. So when we come up to these vines here, are they vines? Well, when you come up to the plants, they're peas at all different stages of maturity. So I think the hardest part of this is gauging what peas are right to pick, because some of them are small because they just came out of the flower and they're gonna get nice and big and juicy and delicious. And some of them are small and the pod's not gonna grow, but the peas are. So I kinda, it's about taking risks. Some of them that look small, usually I just don't pick the small ones because there's not very much food anyways. And if they go to seed, well, that could be great. We could have more peas growing up all around the farm next year.
Sounds delicious.
If we get them before the peas harden, they're delicious peas. We just have to shuck the pods because they're tough at that maturity. So that's what I'm thinking about right now.
Thank you, John. Thanks for all the information. And here is Paul in the raspberries. Paul, tell us about these. Let's see them.
Alright, well, I've been collecting raspberries for about half an hour or so now. We do that every Tuesday and Friday on Harvest Day, and what we're looking for are raspberries that are of a much darker shade of red, pinkish red, as well as every time I pick one, before I do so, I have to look around and make sure there are no bugs or holes or punctures of any kind, because in plants, that's how diseases spread, is through a puncture, and then from there continues going. So we don't want to give that to any of our customers.
Wonderful. Look at all these raspberries. Do you have a lot more to do today?
Quite a bit more on the raspberries. I'm only on the third row of what we all have, so.
Wonderful. Well, have fun.
Thanks.
See you later. Okay, walking into the hoop house, we're going to see what is ready to harvest in here. We're looking for some beautiful red tomatoes, and it looks like we'll have a few to harvest on these different tall vines that we have. And walking to our next big row, these zucchinis are really impressive. Let's see, let's reach in and see. Here we've got a zucchini with the flower still on top. So we'll probably harvest both of those. We've been making stuffed flowers and zucchini bread and zucchinis and salads, so those are going to be delicious. We'll have to hunt a little bit more for the really big ones though. But what's next? We've got cucumbers coming in. These are going to be great for pickling. And these are just starting. As you can see, there are lots and lots of flowers. So, oh, here's a good example. After the flower blossoms and has some time, the fruit, or in this case the cucumber, will start developing behind it. So all of these flowers, probably, hopefully, many of them at least, will be turning into cucumbers and then pickles, which sounds delicious. Moving on, these green beans are pretty impressive. One green bean right there. It's like the size of 3 together. So I'll be in here in just a minute picking all of these. Alright, so this is the hoop house harvest for today. Almost everything is going and in production. And here's Richie harvesting one of my favorite things. Let's see what you've got there.
Right here we have some green beans. Nice, perfectly ripe one here.
It's purple!
Yeah, it is purple. Got 2 varieties in here. There's a purple one and a green one. Although, when you cook them, they all turn green. But these are one of my favorite crops too. They're super easy to sow. You just use the manual seeder and put them in here. And other than weeding, they really require no maintenance. And they give you, as you can see,
wow,
a whole heck of a lot of beans.
It's pretty dark in there. Let me zoom in. Ooh,
Look at it in the sun.
beautiful.
There you go.
Nicely done. Anything about the plant we should know? Can we see the flowers?
They're self-pollinating. Yeah, so the flowers have both the male and the female parts, and so they self-pollinate to produce these big beans. And so they really require no work on your part to get them to produce fruit. They just kind of do it automatically, and they actually leave the soil in better condition than they found it too, if conditions are right.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Richie.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so we've got help today picking potatoes. Hey kids, tell me, how many potatoes did you get out of that plant?
23 so far.
Oh my. Can we see some of them?
Yeah, they're all over there.
Let's see.
Ah, found another. 26.
This all came from one plant?
Yeah. Well, not from one plant, but from one area. It's like
Wow.
right here.
You guys are doing a great job.
We've hit the jackpot. Yeah, we found a ton of potatoes.
How did you get these out of the ground? What were the steps?
Well, I started it out. Kellen pulled the plant out, found some potatoes. Then I dug up some, and then we just started digging with our hands. Yep.
Wonderful. All right, thanks. In action. Oh my God. Here's an update on our harvest day so far today. We've got some beautiful zucchinis and lots of them. And we've got the lettuces. What are we doing over here?
Bacon lettuce.
Bacon lettuce. It looks beautiful. Look at that. All right, thank you. And washing up some of the snap peas. Let's see, green beans are already in bags. And what I really wanted to show you, one, cauliflower for the first time this season, and onions. You can't smell them, but I can tell you they smell really good. The broccoli, and what is interesting here, all of the outside scraps of the cauliflower, broccoli, any extra parts that we generally don't eat, we put into the bucket for our animals. Pigs, goats, sheep, they all eat some of it. And it's all gone before very long.